Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing like a collective twin flame reading just for the energies that are going on between both masculine and feminine. This card kind of just like has been standing out to me. So pretty much on both ends there needs to be forgiveness, and mostly it could be towards your twin or for yourself, honestly, because we put a lot of blame on ourselves for how the connection plays out, and if you're doing wrong or right, it can kind of weigh more heavily on yourself than if you did something wrong to your twins. So it is good to practice forgiveness and to also forgive people in your life, because people in your life can let you down or cause stagnation with their chaotic energy. It's very much beneficial to be mindful of who you're surrounding yourself with. As twin flames, you attract a lot of people because your energy is very healing and you have an uplifting energy, so you will attract people who are not necessarily whole in their self, and darkness is attracted to light. So just kind of release those people that may have done you wrong in the past, and send them forgiveness. So the card says, forgive yourself and others, let go of the old story, release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can. This includes you. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. Beautiful card. I don't know why whenever I try to make a video, my animals decide they want to go crazy. So I'm going to do this like separate kind of. So I'm going to do like a masculine and a feminine like separately, but in the same video, because a lot of the times there's mirroring going on. So you may experience something and then you might see that your twin also is going through the same thing, or you may say something that you wish that they did and then they'll do it. So it's like a lot of times both sides of the connection are going through the same thing. Maybe not always at the same time, but they do go through similar experiences. So right now we're going to do the masculine and see what Spirit would like to tell them if they are watching. Caught my eye a minute ago, but I don't see it. Alright, maybe that's something else. Alright, masculines, you got a lot of stuff going on here. So you got adventure awaits, tell the truth, you are awesome, stop comparing, and accept yourself. Adventure awaits, break up your routine and live a little, sweetheart. It's time for some adventure. Plan a vacation, take a spontaneous drive, a change of pace and scenery will do you good. Plus, you never know whom you'll meet and what you'll experience along the way. A fabulous new friend or partner, a spectacular meal at a charming local joint, the vista of a lifetime adventure awaits. So that's so true. Like, just went to visit a friend a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't anything like spectacular. It wasn't the typical like destination vacation that I'm used to and that usually resets me, but just like a couple days out of my normal routine and element and surroundings really like reset my whole like everything. I just felt so much better when I came back. All right, tell the truth. Communicate with integrity. You may need to level with someone. This person could even be yourself. Are you saying you're fine when you don't mean it? Are you swallowing your needs because you don't want to rock the boat? When we hide the truth, it eventually comes out in destructive ways. Act with integrity and say what's on your mind. While honesty may lead to short-term discomfort, your long-term peace and happiness are worth it. So if there's anywhere where you are not being honest with yourself, or if you're staying in situations that don't necessarily benefit you out of comfort or I just lost my whole train of thought. There was like a weird noise. Anyways, if you're staying out of like comfort or like obligation, kind of like you feel like if you don't get out of the situation, or if you tell the truth, like it's going to be the worst thing ever, it's actually going to be the best thing ever, because when you stay in a situation or a place or whatever it is that drags you down and doesn't make you feel your best, then you're just doing yourself a disservice and the people that you're involved with, because when you're not living authentically, you're not really there. So yeah, you might be, if you're in a relationship or a family dynamic or a job, friend circles, whatever it may be, if you're not being your authentic self with those people, then there's imbalance, and those people may not be being authentic with you either. So you're not really sharing healthy energy with each other. So it's really just kind of holding you back from like your true potential and what you could honestly be achieving. Also, I know in the dynamic there's a kind of a holding back of like your emotions for someone or your feelings, and you see these two little bunnies here and a little heart. So it may be time to tell your feminine like how you feel about her, because a lot of times the masculines run off, and not to say it's strictly a man, the women can also possess the masculine energy, but whoever's doing the running, whoever's fleeing from the situation and holding all their emotions inside for this other person, they they kind of send subliminal messages or like maybe telepathic messages to the other person, but that other person doesn't genuinely know how you feel. They kind of are very confused by how you feel because of your in and out of their life, and you're hot and cold, or you don't necessarily open up completely to tell them. So now's the time to tell them the truth. And it says, you are awesome. Your greatest relationship is the one you have with yourself. Build it, strengthen it, praise yourself. Share the things that make you proud. Your beating delight will help others shift from glass half empty thinking to heck, I'm pretty awesome too. So that's kind of like your self-worth and your like self-awareness, and also comes into this accepting yourself. A lot of people don't necessarily accept who they are at their core. They're so used to living in what everyone else expects them to be, and what their friends want them to be, what their boyfriend or girlfriend, their parents, whoever want them to be, instead of who they are at their core. Or they act out of like their traumas, so like things you went through as a child or early adult relationships. You were taught or you were shown, all right, I need to act this way because that's how I stay safe. But to evolve and grow in life, that's not necessarily true. So you have to like break free of all that stuff and be who you are, and the person and the people that are meant to be in your life are going to love you for it anyway, even if you're weird or quirky or whatever it is. Because if you're pretending all the time to be this person that you're not, you're just going to exhaust yourself, and then eventually those people that you're with are going to evolve, and they're going to be like, oh, this person's not genuine. Because when you start evolving, you really can like sniff out people that are just not being themselves. And it says, the other one we have here is stop comparing. Apples don't compare themselves to oranges. Stars don't compete with other stars. They know there's room for all to shine in the ever-expanding universe. So embrace your differences, celebrate your quirks and kinks, bring your fullest expression of self forward, and champion others when they do the same. So that's basically just like celebrating everyone for who they really are. So then accept yourself says, while there is time and place for self-improvement, today's focus is on everything that's already great about you. Let go of who you think you should be and fall madly in love with who you are in this moment. When you accept yourself exactly as you are, you shift from living for tomorrow and appreciate today. Accept yourself, sweetheart. So, masculines, you have some self-worth growing in you, which is beautiful. I love when like the masculine energy kind of can like break out of being like Mr. Macho and just kind of like balance their masculine and feminine. And like I think there's nothing more attractive than a man who is totally confident in who he is and can even do like girly things, or what is considered girly by society, and you know, just be like fluid, I guess, with, you know, themselves. And same thing for women. Like I'm all for like the empowerment movement, like girls can do anything, but like I think I grew up in a very like masculine energy because I, you know, had to do everything for myself. So it was kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me to be soft. Like it's hard for me to be like in a feminine energy, and that's what I've been kind of learning how to do, and just to like let things evolve naturally instead of always trying to like force things to happen or like will them into happening. Like I'm a go-getter. Like if I want something, I just like go until I achieve it. And sometimes you just need to let things be and just kind of grow on their own. So that's kind of the energy that I've been in lately, just, you know, allowing the universe to work its magic, and I've just been taking care of myself. But it looks like the masculines are needing to start, you know, taking that advice. All right, let's see what the feminines need to do. Alright, we got gossip dims your glow, unplug, breathe deeply, and believe. This has been like a common theme I've been seeing lately with this gossip. And I mean, that's totally a like stereotypical woman thing to be like gossip and like talking about people and just spreading around business that you don't have any business spreading around. Let's see, we'll read it, we'll see what it says. Speaking poorly about others tarnishes your energy and your reputation. So avoid bonding over complaints and feeling superior. Human beings weren't designed to be perfect, and this includes you. Instead, raise your vibration by engaging in positive communication. Celebrate what does work and who is awesome. The more you do this, the more radiant you become. I feel like with like the energy right now, it is definitely easy to get like wrapped up in negativity and just being in a downward like space. Everything's going wrong around you, so it's kind of easy to just like get wrapped up, and I'm guilty of it too. I work in a place with nothing but women, and you know, people just want to complain about everything, and it is difficult to not be wrapped up in it. I try very, very hard to like pull myself out of it and knock it off when because like if you can catch yourself doing it, you're like, oh wait, I shouldn't be doing this, and just kind of like redirect the conversation is what I try to do. Unplug. Recharge your soul batteries by unplugging from the digital world. Connect with yourself by disconnecting from distractions such as other people's to-do lists. Take a stroll. The best way to generate fresh and innovative ideas is to balance the virtual and natural worlds. The birds and the trees have just as much to teach you as the internet. I'm definitely guilty of that. I get so sucked into my phone or the TV, and I just forget that there's so many other things I could be doing. Sometimes running on idle is very easy to do. Breathe deeply. Breathe big. Let it all in. Expand your fabulous belly. Who cares if your jeans feel too tight? Here's an idea. Buy a roomier pair. Deep, full breaths invigorate you. They release sadness and allow ecstasy to flood in. Pause. Inhale a long, slow, big, delicious breath. Exhale. Remember, whenever the going gets tough, take a deep breath and trust that you are capable of greatness. And then believe. There's magic all around you. Open up to the wonders of the universe. Notice the connections and synchronicities. Follow your feelings and believe with all your heart. We successfully manifest our dreams when our feelings are in alignment with our plans. From that sacred union, the right ideas take shape, the best relationships blossom, and the stuff that's meant to be easily falls into place. Everything is possible. So I know on this journey, it can kind of get a little bit discouraging when you're not really seeing immediate results in your, 3D universe. So you're like, why am I doing all this work? What is all this for? Blah, blah, blah. And you kind of get like wrapped up in it. So basically what this is telling you to do is, take a step back, unplug, stop reading into all this stuff on the internet or what other people are going through, because honestly, no two twin flame journeys are going to be the same. I can 100% tell you that. Like gossiping, that's also that energy, like being wrapped up in other people's stories. Take a walk, get some deep breaths, and honestly, when you pull yourself away from all this other stuff, it does make believing in the magic a little bit easier, and you will start to see stuff in your immediate world taking place. Let's see. Independence. So the masculines are working on like finding their independence and not being so like codependent or needing other people to make themselves happy or to validate them. A lot of the masculines get wrapped up in this, one of my readers called it like the peacock energy, where they like, they have this false sense of confidence and they use it to get validation from, men or women, whatever role you are in, whatever gender you have been born into. But they use that a lot to like fuel themselves to get further along in life, and it's like a false sense. And then when you're attached to a person, say it's your, boyfriend, best friend, family member, whatever, when you're attached to their existence in your life for your happiness, the second they're not there, you're going to be in panic mode and you're not going to know what to do with yourself, and you're going to be antsy and agitated and just like not in your element because you've, been attached to their energy this whole time. So until you're comfortable in your own energy, the other relationships that you're in are not going to be mutually beneficial. So this says, embrace total independence, and I see how empowering that is. Even when I'm in a relationship, I can still be independent by meeting my own needs and creating my own happiness. When I do that, I'm the fullest version of myself, and I have much more of me to give without needing pieces of me in return. So that's like the type of energy where it's like, well, I did this for you, why aren't you doing that for me? Like the tit for tat kind of thing. Whereas when you're independent and you can do everything for yourself, you don't need to get back the energy that you give out. You're giving from a full cup, so it never feels like you're doing more than you should for other people. And if you do feel that way, you notice it right away, and it doesn't upset you as much because you're like, oh, well, I'm doing too much, I need to pull back and stop doing so much. All right, let's see what the feminines are working on. right, they're working on open-heartedness, commitment, and perfect match. All right, let's see. Open-heartedness. I know that life and the people living it can be absolute bummer sometimes, but I promise not to let unhappy chapters make me jaded. If I let negative experiences turn me sour, then the jerks win. So I'll move on with an open and hopeful heart, if only because I hate losing to jerks. So that's basically just letting you know that when you go through something, like I spoke on in the beginning about forgiveness, when someone like hurts you or upsets you, you feel like you've been slighted, not closing yourself off. And I have been very much, previously, I've been in this energy where to protect myself, I shut my heart off. Like I completely close my heart, and then that doesn't feel good, and you just feel very alone and isolated, and it's hard to connect with people when you do want to connect with someone, because you're like, you have trust issues, and it just creates a whole lot more work for you to do when you close your heart off. So the best thing to do if someone upsets you is to just literally forgive them in that moment. All you have to say is just, I forgive you and I release this situation. And that way you're not closing yourself off to something potentially good that could be coming in and trying to, be better by you. And I know that when the feminines meet their masculines, they've been through a lot of stuff, so they can be a little jaded, and that kind of scares off the masculine, because they're like, what the fuck, I didn't do this to you, so why are you treating me like this? And a lot of people are like, well, if he really loved me, he'd stick by me and blah blah blah. But like, it's not his job to unravel the stuff that happened to you. That's your job, and his job is to just hold space for you and to love you from a distance until you figure out, what's going on inside of you. So commitment came out, and it says, I willingly accept it's safe to topple my walls and commit completely to a relationship. It might be one that's already here or one that's on its way. Either way, those walls have got to go. Without them, I can go further, feel freer, and love bigger than ever before. No walls means I'll save a lot of money on picture frames. That's funny. So that's kind of like tapping into that, being open to a new commitment. If you've ever been really, really hurt by a relationship, I know it can be very hard to open yourself back up to commitment, and you will kind of put out this like self-sabotaging energy where you're like, I really want a relationship, but then on the back end of it, you have this belief against men or women, whoever hurt you, that, that happiness doesn't really exist, and they're just going to do whatever the person did beforehand. So you really have to work on healing that so that you can be open to commitment and not have those, walls around your heart. So it says, perfect match. Congratulations, you've gotten your and everyone else's wish. This is an auspicious sign that a healthy, authentic relationship is either here or on its way. This is the sort of relationship where you don't have to compromise, settle, sell out, or otherwise be a non-you. This is a relationship anchored in truth and love that neither party will have to hide their farts from. Smell like a special duo. So this is kind of like what a twin flame is. Like, you guys just accept each other completely for the hot mess that you are, but not accepting toxic energy. So I know some people get in these relationships and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing, but like, they have this toxic energy that follows them and they don't pick up on it. So then if in a twin flame dynamic, if there's any toxic energy lingering, you will repel each other. You will not be able to stay in a relationship or even build a relationship if there's toxicity on either end. And that can go for, the friends you keep around you, your family, past relationships, whatever it may be. If you have that running in the background of your energy, the twin flame dynamic is so intense. Like, and if anyone else is a twin flame watching this, I would hope you are, because why else would you be watching this video? But you can attest to the intensity of the energy of the connection. And if you have, it's kind of like a storm, like we just had a hurricane, but if you have any kind of external energies and you have this crazy force of a connection, and any of those energies try to come in being attached to the people that are in this storm, we'll say, it's just going to create chaos. And I have witnessed that firsthand. So, but this is great. This is like union is coming. So whoever resonates with that, I am so happy for you. And I feel it too. Like, it is just a really good energy lately. I don't know what it is, what's causing it, but I've been seeing a lot of people, you know, starting to heal and starting to just do better. And I feel like it is time. Let's see what else. And it's kind of funny with the energy of the masculine. That's exactly what's needed to come in for the feminine, because a lot of masculines feel like they're not good enough or they're not worthy enough for their divine feminine. And so the fact that they're working on all this stuff over here, like, gives me a really good feeling that, you know, the perfect match, their perfect match is coming, because he's finally awakened to the fact that he wasn't living authentically, he wasn't being himself, and he needed to change some things. And obviously, I feel like he is going to tell her the truth about how he feels and the people that have been holding him back. And it's not to blame, like, the people holding you back. I just caught myself, because you hold yourself back. You allow all the people in your life to be there. And that's not to say, like, oh, well, they're my family. I hear that a lot. Well, they're my family, you know, I have to. You don't have to do anything. I have hardly any relationships with any of my family, because I grew up in such a toxic environment that I, from an empowered place, chose that I don't want to be associated with my family, because they aren't living authentically. And I'm in a place now where I don't allow people in my life that aren't on the same wavelength as I am. All right, so the gateway the masculines are going through right now is awakening ancient wisdom. It's funny because there's a cup, so deeper inner knowing is emerging within me. So this kind of tells me that they're like awakening to the connection. They're awakening to who their feminine is, what they mean to them, what they've been, the role they've played their whole time they've been in communication with them, or, you know, whatever. They're also tapping into more of their, like, spiritual abilities and their emotional well-being. So if you see here, this cup is just like overflowing, and I think that plays into this, like, tell the truth card. Like, they're gonna be bursting with all these feelings that they've kept back. Let's see what the feminines are going through. Alright, feminines, you're not going through any gateways. There's no possibility that's true. embracing the future. So it says, I step into the future with an open heart. Oh, we got open heart again. That's so cool. I love when like the cards like build on each other. So, I mean, that's basically just saying, you know, keep your heart open, allow what is coming into your life to come into your life, and try not to control the situation. Just allow things to unfold naturally and keep your heart open. And that's especially true because the masculines can feel when you close off. Like when you're closed to them, they can definitely feel it. I'm just gonna do some like generic, not masculine or feminine, just like connection pull. All right, we got to look for a sign. So I would say for both sides, I feel like I'm pulling more towards the feminine side though, because I feel like the feminine side was the one that needed to believe. So just keep your eyes peeled for one of the signs that you may get. I know we get a ton of them on this journey. So when you get signs, that's more so just like trying to, you know, keep you focused on your journey and not to get like dragged down into like self-doubt, negativity, and all that stuff, because when you start seeing the signs, typically you're getting close to a I don't know why the word hurdle wants to come to mind, but you're getting to like not destination, a landmark. I don't know, the word is escaping me right now. I can't think of what it is, but like I don't know, you're getting to a good spot in your journey. That's all I'm gonna say, because I can't think of the word that I want to say. But yeah, so when the signs start building on themselves, just kind of like keep yourself in a positive, believing, open-hearted energy. Let me see if I can get one more for the masculine side. I'm a Libra, so I like to keep things balanced. It's funny, all the readers that I watch typically do their reads in the morning, but I'm a nighttime person. Like, I love doing reads at night. Like, I don't know, I connect more at nighttime. I guess because it's like quiet outside, maybe. So it says choose a new direction, which is funny because it goes with adventure awaits, and adventure was wanting you to like kind of get out of your normal routine. So this is also like what you're going through, like you're choosing a new direction. The masculines are not, you know, living in their same lifestyle, the same status quo that they've been conditioned to. The universe wants you to like choose a new direction, which pretty much is your journey to get into union, get on your mission, and stop living such a 3D lifestyle, which a lot of masculines do. They like are so scared of the energy of the connection that they run and they numb out, and the universe is like, no, look at all this abundance, like all these people that you're helping, all the support you have. They want you to choose, you know, love. Let's see. Attraction. There's a mutual attraction here. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. feel like free yourself. So I'm gonna go with I'll just keep this both, because both of them are kind of doing the same thing. Like the feminine's freeing herself from past relationships and commitments that have hurt her in the past. And then the masculines, because it says to take back control of your life, they're freeing themselves by releasing all the other views and things that have controlled them. And then they're both wanting to attract each other. Like, they're both manifesting each other here. Which is always happening. Like, from the minute you meet, honestly, from when I was a child, I was manifesting my masculine. Like, I had a very significant dream, and I just knew that I was on this earth to find this person. And once I did, my life has not been the same. It has been a very different lifestyle than I was used to living. Not in a bad way, just very different. I like really started awakening after I met him. Alright, I think that's all we got for that. Let's do some self-care cards. I feel like self-care is just such a beneficial thing for everyone. Self-care is not a feminine quality. Everyone can benefit from a little self-care. I'm going to do these separately because I feel like they usually come out. Let's do masculine first. I notice that when I do my masculine reads versus my feminine reads, they usually are a little bit more masculine, the activities they want them to do. That's funny. One more. Alright, so we got watch a movie, sing, and health checkup. So, this chick's curled up with a kitty cat. I don't know if you have a cat or a dog, whatever animal. If you don't have an animal, it's fine. Just curl up on the couch and watch a movie. Watch something that just kind of like makes you feel good and kind of comforts you. Like maybe a rom-com might be good. I know it's weird to recommend for a masculine, but sometimes it helps you like tap into your feminine side and balance yourself out. And then it says sing, so I don't know if you have a good singing voice. Maybe you might want to sing in the car by yourself, but you know, sing your favorite songs. And then health checkup. Might be time to get like a physical or something, just to, you know. And this can also mean like your lifestyle. Like if you're kind of overindulging a little bit, this is just kind of like telling you to rein it in and do things sporadically or, you know, occasionally instead of overindulgence. But if you haven't really been feeling that great, you might want to actually go to the doctor. Yeah, let's see what the feminines have going on. I'm glad my little petting zoo is chilled out. Now they're all quiet. I do readings, they like want to come out. Maybe the energy is too much for them. They get all excited. All right, we got clear your energy field, connect with crystals, and drink some tea. All the things that I love doing. So clearing your energy field, which kind of plays in with the unplugging and getting rid of gossip. So when you clear your energy field, you're doing that by doing that as well, but maybe sage or some Palo Santo. I try to do that whenever I come home from work because like that's where I do engage in gossip, or you know, I'm around negativity. The environment that I work in is very toxic. So and connect with your crystals. It's a full moon energy, so maybe you have recharged your crystals and they have some fresh moon energy in them. And then drink some tea. I love a good herbal tea or some chamomile, or my favorite is like a lavender tea. Puts me right to sleep. I'm actually gonna have some of that tonight once I'm finished. All right, that pretty much wraps it up. So I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good for the twin flame energies lately. All the stuff that I've been seeing looks pretty good as well. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Take care.